Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Caroline and today I want to show you how you can use ChatGPT to make your life easier as chronically ill. Before we get into it, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, turn on notifications, like this video, share the video, and as always you can also go follow me on my Instagram, as also called The Art of Being Ill. So life as chronically ill is really difficult, and I have just recently started to use ChatGPT to help me navigate my life and just make my life a little easier. I use it for YouTube as well to help me come up with content ideas, reels ideas, and writing YouTube scripts and so on. But today I want to show you more everyday life kind of things you can use ChatGPT for, because let's face it, you might not be a YouTube content creator. So you can open the app ChatGPT. Of course, you need to download it from the App Store, and we can just start asking it things. And one thing I really like to use it for is actually meal planning, because let's face it, that's something that's really hard as chronically ill, is having the energy to prepare meals and eat healthy, because we just don't have a lot of energy. But ChatGPT can actually help me with that. It can help me make a meal plan. So I eat plant-based, and I could ask it to make a plant-based meal plan for a week with the following criteria. So a criteria for me could be that it has to be budget friendly. And I was struggling for some weird reason to spell friendly here, so I apologize. And there we go. Then I could also ask it to make it healthy. I could also, because I have a bowel disease, I could ask it to make it good for my digestive system. Another thing I could ask is also that it's easy to make, and also that it has to be able to be prepared in advance so that I don't have to cook every single day. And then you just ask it to do so, and there we go. It comes up with a meal plan for you. It comes up with some general tips on how to prepare and prep your food. And then it comes up with a meal plan, and it comes up with Monday with some overnight oats and some lentils for lunch, some apples for snack, and dinner chickpea curry. So, and then it just makes this meal plan for you that you can choose to follow, of course. In addition, I could ask it to make a shopping list for me, because it might be a little overwhelming to make this shopping list and just get an overall view of what you need. And ChatGPT will make a list of the groceries I need in order to do the meal plan it just created for me. And clearly this right now it's just listing every single thing, because it clearly doesn't know what I already have. So I might have to sort it a little bit and be like, oh, I have that and I have that. But in general, this is just a really good way to just make it so much easier for you to plan your meals, to plan meals that are good for you, that helps your body. And this really makes your life easier. So I can really recommend using ChatGPT to help you have a healthy diet. So let's open up a new chat. Another thing I like to use ChatGPT for is actually traveling. So when going abroad and you need to bring your medicine, you often need documentation to be allowed to bring the medicine into a country. And it can be different from country to country what kind of documentation they need. So ChatGPT is actually really helpful just to get an overview so you don't forget anything. So let's say I'm going to Mexico. I can ask ChatGPT what type of documentation I need in order to bring my medicine into the country. And once again, apparently I can't spell documentation, but I can ask what I need. And I take quite a lot of different medicines. So I'm just going to use my ADD medicine in this scenario. But of course, always remember to ask it for all types of medicine, but in this case, I'm just asking about my methylphenidate that I take for my ADD. So here we go. And then it is searching and it comes up with a list that I need in order to bring my medication. So it says here that I need medical prescription, and then it lists what that prescription needs to include in order to be valid. It also gives me some tips on how much I can bring, and also that it needs to be in an original package, and also that the prescription letter has to be in at least English, maybe even Spanish. It also tells me that I need to declare my medication in customs when I arrive in Mexico, and also just a few travel tips like it needs to be in my carry-on luggage, and that I need a doctor's letter explaining why I'm taking this medicine, and maybe having a digital copy of this documentation just in case I lose the paperwork. I could also ask ChatGPT if there's any vaccinations that I need in order to be allowed into the country, and of course also for my own safety. And ChatGPT will come up with the required vaccinations and the recommended vaccinations. And you can just take a look and see, okay, this is maybe what I could ask the doctor if they would recommend me to take, because it also depends a little bit on how long you have to go and so on, but you could ask ChatGPT about that as well. So I'm on Humira for my Crohn's disease, which is a biological drug that I take through injection. And I know that there are certain things I need to be aware of when I take Humira, so I could ask ChatGPT if there's any of the vaccinations that it recommends for going to Mexico that I'm actually not allowed to take because I'm on this Humira drug. And ChatGPT will, of course, answer. And yes, there are vaccinations that I cannot have while I receive Humira. And it will also tell me a little bit about what to do if I absolutely need one of those vaccines, but I probably don't. So I can take a look at these vaccines and I can contact my Crohn's doctor and be like, so what do you recommend? Is it very important that I get these vaccinations going to Mexico, or do you recommend that I don't go at all, or what do we need to do? So overall, it can be really helpful to use ChatGPT when you are traveling abroad, just to make sure there's nothing you forget when it comes to documentation for your medicine, vaccines, and so on and so on. The last example of what you can use ChatGPT for is asking questions about your treatments, medicines, doctor's appointments, and so on. And I want to mention in this case, it's really important to be critical when it comes to ChatGPT. Don't just take for granted that everything it says is true. This could be used more as a guideline in order to, keep track of your treatment and ask questions about side effects and so on and so on. So, but be very critical, use it only for guidelines. So let's say I just started treatment with the antidepressant sertraline, and I just all of a sudden I'm having nightmares every night, and I'm like, could this really be my medicine? I could ask ChatGPT if sertraline could actually give me nightmares. And ChatGPT will answer, and I can find out, oh, okay, yes, it can actually give me nightmares. And I can then be aware if maybe I should talk to my doctor about it. One thing is that you have it for a couple of weeks and then it stops, but if it continues, it's not really nice to have nightmares every night. You could call your doctor and say, I'm getting these nightmares and I know that it could be the sertraline. Is there anything we can do? Let's say you are experiencing some joint pain and the pharmacist tells you that ibuprofen is the best type of pain medicine for that kind of pain. And you're also taking immune suppressive medicines, and you can't quite remember if there was something about ibuprofen or not, but you want to make sure that they don't interact with each other. So you could ask ChatGPT if there's any interactions between ibuprofen and azathioprine, that's also called Imoral, and ChatGPT will find you the answer. Don't forget to take it as a guideline and not 100% correct. There can be other factors in why you shouldn't take ibuprofen. For example, I have Crohn's, so I know because of my Crohn's, it's not a good idea for me to take ibuprofen. But ChatGPT will here show you that, well, you might have to be aware of a few things, but other than that, there's no interactions or proven interactions between the two drugs. So that's another thing you can really use this for. And again, don't forget to use ChatGPT as guidelines when it comes to your medicine. Don't ever change your dosage or stop taking the medicine or anything like that just because ChatGPT said that might be necessary or whatever. Use it as a guideline, and then you can always contact your doctor and have the doctor help you figure out, okay, so this is what we're going to do because you are having these side effects or whatever it might be. I really hope that you could use this video just to get some inspiration on what you can use ChatGPT for as chronically ill to make your life just a little bit easier. Have a blessed rest of the day, and I will see you next time right here on my channel, The Art of Being Ill.